Hi, I'm Lights Camera Jackson. Welcome to LCJ Live. Today is Sunday, February 21st, 2021. 2/21/21. All right, we're here. Welcome to LCJ Live. I got my pals Tom and Jerry here with me. The new Tom and Jerry movie opens in theaters and is on HBO Max this Friday, February 26th. I think it's going to be your number one movie in America next weekend, sort of by default, but also that family movies are still doing really well because The Croods: A New Age in its 13th weekend, is once again your number one movie in America with another $1.7 million. Universal and DreamWorks once again celebrating, and now Warner Brothers comes in with Tom and Jerry, and then the very next weekend, March 5, Raya and the Last Dragon from Disney goes to theaters and Disney Plus Premier Access. I have seen Tom and Jerry. I have seen Raya and the Last Dragon. I have seen the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run, which opens next Thursday only on Paramount Plus and digital outlets, March 4. But yeah, I've seen all the big new family movies that are coming out over these next few weeks, and Tom and Jerry should do well at the box office because families, it's proven, families want to go to the movies safely. They want to support the drive-ins, they want to support the local theaters, they want to support the multiplexes, all of that in Tom and Jerry. I talk with Tim Story, the director of Tom and Jerry, new LCJ Q&A podcast episode, and AnimationScoop.com Q&A with Tim Story, the director of Tom and Jerry. Look for it tomorrow. LCJ.podbean.com, social media outlets, and AnimationScoop.com. So great to talk to Tim Story about that movie. I got some clips of the interview already up on my Twitter at LCJ Reviews. So your number one movie is The Croods: A New Age with 1.7 million. Coming up, my take on this whole series finales phenomenon. I'll get into that. Also, who's the new guest host for Jeopardy tomorrow? I'll tell you about who he is and more coming up here on LCJ Live. Your number two movie is The Little Things with 1.2 million. Then Judas and the Black Messiah dropped more than 50%, down to $905,000 for this weekend. Wonder Woman 1984, $805,000. Then in fifth, The Marksman, $775,000. It's up to $11.5 million. Wonder Woman, by the way, up to $42.7 million. And The Croods: A New Age becomes the second movie to cross the $50 million mark, along with Tenet. $50.9 million so far for The Croods: A New Age. Could Tom and Jerry and Raya and the Last Dragon also earn more than $50 million at the domestic box office? We will see. Monster Hunter keeps hanging on there in sixth in its 10th weekend, $510,000. It's up to more than $13 million. In seventh, according to some estimates from sources of Deadline, though not Searchlight Pictures, the studio itself, Nomadland with $503,000 this weekend. Now, Nomadland in about 1,200 theaters. I'm a little underwhelmed by the gross because I was thinking, oh, this is the best picture frontrunner. This is a big movie. It's one you got to go to the theater to see if you want that full experience of the look of it and the cinematography and the buzz surrounding it and Frances McDormand's performance and all of that. I was expecting a bigger number than this. I thought it could even do close to $2 million, but I guess my expectations were a little too high. Did a lot of people stay at home and watch it on Hulu instead? Probably, but we don't have those numbers quite yet. And I'm a little surprised considering you had the Robin Wright film Land, which is right behind it with another $500,000 in its second weekend. Last weekend it earned $940,000, and that's not even a Best Picture, Best Actress frontrunner, Best Director frontrunner. None of that applies to Land, and Land still made a lot more money last weekend, and almost the same exact money as Nomadland this weekend in Land's second weekend. So I'm a little surprised, I'm a little underwhelmed. Nomadland, since it opened in IMAX theaters on Jan 29, so the first 3 weeks, in just a small number of theaters, IMAX, BTX, Bowtie theaters, earned $170,000, which actually isn't bad. But this 503 for this major expansion that it had to 1,200 locations, I'm a little underwhelmed. I think Searchlight has to be as well. Maybe during the week when they were sort of hinting where we don't want to release the numbers, maybe they were sort of getting an idea that the number was going to be low. But now we've got the Golden Globes next Sunday and all these award shows. Critics' Choice Awards is 2 weeks from today. The Oscar nominations will be announced. Is it going to be 3 weeks from today? Tomorrow, Monday, March 15, the Oscar nominations will be announced. Of course, Nomadland will probably be up for picture, director, actress, cinematography, editing, one of the screenplay categories. Maybe David Strathairn becomes a surprise supporting actor nominee. I don't know if this $503,000 hurts it in any way because it still has this huge awards momentum and people are going to want to see this movie. But they have a lot of time to see this film because the Academy Awards isn't until April 25. So would people rather wait to go see it in the theater or just stay home and watch it on Hulu, get a 7-day free trial of Hulu and watch it that way? It's a really interesting situation that Nomadland is in. So that made 503, Land 500,000. News of the World, which is up for some Golden Globes and Critics' Choice Awards, $245,000. Rounding out your top 10 is The War with Grandpa in its 20th weekend with $224,000, an increase of 17% from last weekend. I talked to Tim Hill, the director of the movie, the other day, because he's also the director of the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run. So I asked him what he thinks about this box office success, and he said to me, at the time it was in its 19th weekend in the top 10. 19 weeks? I didn't even realize that. I'm just so glad people are responding to this movie, this kind of family entertainment that we all need right now. So he's thrilled. He's absolutely thrilled that in its 20th weekend, and now the movie's earned more than $20 million. DJ Rachopa, what's up? Mason D. Russo, thanks for being here on LCJ Live. DJ Rachopa, do you think Frances McDormand gives a better performance in Nomadland or Three Billboards? Nomadland, 100%. It's not an amazing performance, but certainly better than Three Billboards. Though I will say, when I saw Three Billboards, I thought there were only about 3 scenes in that entire movie that worked for me. One of them is the scene with her and the deer. And I thought, gee, if this whole movie was sort of like that in this refreshing, calm way, I would have loved this movie. And the deer clip is the one they used on Oscar night as the clip to show her in the Best Actress montage. I knew it when I saw it that October, that was the clip and that was the moment. And that was the one that if she was going to win the Best Actress awards, that's the scene that did it. And so I was right about that. What's the scene they're going to use in this? I don't know. They got a bunch of choices. They really do have a bunch of choices. There's some quieter things in the van and where she's with other people. It's a quieter performance. It's a stronger performance, a stronger movie, Nomadland. Outside of the top 10 this weekend, The Mauritanian still making a little money, $135,000. That's up for 2 Golden Globes next Sunday, including supporting actress for Jodie Foster. Blythe Spirit, a new film with Judi Dench, $98,000. And Promising Young Woman out of the top 10 with $110,000. It's up to $5.1 million. I've said it for several weeks. It's a bit of a tough sell, and more people probably checking it out on VOD than in theaters. I think, even with the awards buzz behind it, I think Focus Features was expecting that by now it would make a little more than $5 million. Willy's Weekend, or Wonderland, the new Nicolas Cage crazy movie, another $88,000 in its second weekend. So there are a lot of new movies this week. Tomorrow, my rapid review of Crisis, which is this new film with Gary Oldman. Armie Hammer's in it. Also Evangeline Lilly. I saw Crisis back in January, early January, before the Armie Hammer news started breaking. So I've got my thoughts on Crisis tomorrow. The United States versus Billie Holiday is on Hulu on Friday. Andra Day is very good, and she's up for some awards. The movie's got a lot of problems. It does. United States versus Billie Holiday. Also, Cherry. This is in theaters Friday. It's going to be on Apple TV Plus in a few weeks. I don't know what I can and can't say yet because there's some embargo questions I still have about Cherry, but I've seen that. It's with Tom Holland. It is almost 2 hours and 20 minutes long. And The Father is out on Friday in select theaters. This is the Anthony Hopkins, Olivia Colman film, which I believe is highly overrated. It's a mess. I think it's a mess. Some people love it. I think it's a mess. But we got a lot of options, so rapid review of Crisis tomorrow, as well as new LCJ Q&A with Tim Story, director of Tom and Jerry. Happy Sunday, LCJ, from all of us at Ghouls Night Out. Look at those crews go. Thank you at Ghouls Night Out 1 for being here on LCJ Live. Jeopardy. Ken Jennings ended his 6-week run on Friday. I watched his final episode this morning. They didn't really do a big goodbye, but we have now Mike Richards coming in tomorrow to host for 2 weeks. If you're not familiar with Mike Richards, well, you should be. He's been in TV and entertainment for a long time. I started following his career when he was the host of Hollywood Dailies on the Reels channel back in 2006, 2007. It was, remember when Reels Channel was about movies? It was great. Oh, in its heyday, Reels Channel was fantastic. That's how I started up relationships with Jeremy Parsons and some of the other folks there. Met Sam Rubin and many of the others. And Reels Channel was fantastic. And Mike Richards was the host of Dailies, which was their half-hour entertainment show every day, mostly about movies. And then he went over to produce The Price is Right and Let's Make a Deal. And now he's the producer of Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. He's won many Emmys. He used to host Beauty and the Geek for the WBCW. And now Mike Richards is going to host Jeopardy for a couple weeks. He's also hosted several game shows like The Pyramid on GSN and Divided on GSN. And he's been around a long time. And I'm so excited and happy for him and looking forward to watching Mike Richards host Jeopardy for the next 2 weeks starting tomorrow. So that's very exciting. Congratulations to him. If you're just joining us here on LCJ Live, it is the third Sunday in February. Next Sunday, we'll do Golden Globes predictions. It's going to be a fun one. The Golden Globe Awards are next Sunday at 8 o'clock on NBC. Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, Coast to Coast. We'll see who's presenting. We'll see who wins. It's an exciting time. On the website right now, lights-camera-jackson.com, my thoughts on who should win at the Golden Globes. Not my predictions, but who should win at the Golden Globes next Sunday. Check that out on the website. At ABD_46. Thanks for being here on LCJ Live. Over the last day, I've gotten a lot of Twitter reaction to my theory about television series finales. I've had this theory for a long time. There's a core group of shows that I watch. I've watched some new shows in the last year, like Ted Lasso and The Morning Show and some others. But I don't have time with all the movies and my interest in other things. I don't have time to watch all these big drama series or even some of the comedy series that have been around a long time and all that. So when series finales come around, I think series finales are one of the big appointment television viewing experiences these days. There are very few. There are sporting events. There are anything with live television, always interesting, award shows, and series finales. Because series finales, usually the ratings go up, and usually people who watch the show at the beginning but stop watching a show, they come back, they want to see how it all ends with everybody else. You saw it with Big Bang Theory, you saw it with Modern Family. Modern Family had its biggest numbers in years when its series finale aired last April. I had been watching that show for most of its run, but there are some cases like Mad Men, like Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. recently, like The Good Wife, The Mentalist, many others, The Big Bang Theory, where I didn't watch the shows at all. I didn't watch any of the episodes, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to watch the series finale to see how things wrap up and to see if it works, if it's a legitimately good series finale, because it's a television event. I've done that recently with other shows where sometimes I just watch the pilot and the finale. Like I found that with Mary Tyler Moore, though I've seen some of the episodes in between of Mary Tyler Moore. I watched all the episodes of Frasier years ago, but I found the pilot and the finale about a year ago, so I watched them back to back to see if there were carryovers, if there were references, how things were. The Office, same thing. I've seen, about 12, 15 episodes of The Office, but I did the pilot and the finale. So I really enjoy that. I watched the Parks and Rec finale and then the reunion special, but I stopped watching Parks and Rec after a long time and watched the series finale. There's something about it. Characters come back or things happen. It is event television, and it's hard to find event television outside of game shows. I could still say are event television, even though most of them aren't live. But outside of award shows and sporting events, it's hard to find event television these days where everybody wants to sit down and watch something together live on the TV for the first time. A lot of people could say that WandaVision has been event television in a different sense of I go to Disney Plus every Friday and I want to watch it as soon as possible to get it inside my brain. That's what a lot of this has been for WandaVision, because Netflix has been doing the whole we're going to drop them all at once, but boy, this once a week thing, that's what TV used to be like. Remember standing around the water cooler and talking about the show and Monday morning at work? I mean, that's what it used to be like, and that's what it is now again with WandaVision on Disney Plus. And it was with The Mandalorian, and it'll continue to be with Falcon and Winter Soldier and Loki and all the other projects that Disney Plus is going to have. If they continue to have one of those a week, plus a movie here and there, plus some family content sprinkled in, Disney Plus is going to stay around for a long time. Having Marvel, having Lucasfilm, having Pixar, and the Disney animation and all of that, they're going to be around for a long time and maybe thrive even more than Netflix. It's a good battle going on, right? It's a good battle. Plus, you got your others. You got your Prime Video and your Hulu and your many other outlets and VOD as well. It's quite a time. Quite a time for movies and television and entertainment. And so there's my theory on series finales. This Thursday, by the way, February 25th, marks exactly 10 years since I appeared for the first time on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. It was a heck of an experience, something I will never forget, both of my times on Jay Leno. And this Thursday marks 10 years since I met Jay, Ricky Minor, Emily Blunt. It was an amazing experience. So, one I certainly will never forget. I will never forget that at all. And, it's what a time we're in right now, right? With awards season, everybody's at home watching all these films on Netflix. The studio is really interesting right now is Paramount, because Paramount is waiting to put out a lot of their movies in theaters, like Top Gun Maverick and Quiet Place 2. And then they put SpongeBob movie on Paramount Plus, and they gave Netflix The Trial of the Chicago 7, which may end up being the Best Picture of the Year winner. Interesting decisions that Paramount is making. And now with this streaming service that could have the revival of Frasier and so many other projects on the way, kicking off with the SpongeBob movie and Camp Coral series. I talked to those EPs as well the other day. March 4th, Thursday, March 4th. I have also screened all 10 of your Best Animated Short Film Oscar finalists. All 10 of them. 2 of them are from Pixar. 1 of them's from DreamWorks. A bunch of other great studios from around the world have been selected as finalists for the Academy Award for Animated Short Film this year. 96 animated shorts got narrowed down to 10. Nothing's guaranteed, and all of these directors, these filmmakers are so grateful to be on this final ballot. It's the second to last ballot. Who will get on the official ballot? That is the question. The voting takes place from Friday, March 5 to Wednesday, March 10, and then the nominees announced on Monday, March the 15th. What will be nominated for Best Animated Short Film at the Academy Awards? Some of my Q&As with those directors are at animationscoop.com, and they'll be there over the next couple of weeks as well. When we are back here next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern on LCJ Live, I'll do Golden Globe Awards predictions. What will win? What films? What performances? What will happen with Tina and Amy? How long will the show go? I think it could go really long again. Maybe closing in on 3.5 hours. Getting close to the Oscars, because they do the 2 tribute awards now for film and television, the special awards along with all the other categories. So a lot to look forward to. Come back next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern for the Golden Globe predictions and preview of LCJ Live. As always, follow me on Twitter at LCJ Reviews, Instagram at LightsCamJackson, and the website is lights-camera-jackson.com. Thank you so much for watching LCJ Live. I'm Lights Camera Jackson. Stay safe, stay positive, stay healthy, stay well. Keep watching films and shows, and wear a mask, social distance, and spring is almost here. It is. Counting on the nice weather pretty soon. Everybody can get outside. The drive-ins can open up again, and hopefully we'll all get these vaccine shots very, very soon. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.